You know him. You love him. Give it up for Eric Leja!
Hey, what's going on? Alright, so we'll just keep going there. I fucked the window up there. So we'll just get into this here. I know what I look like. I know I look like Paul Giamatti and Fred Durst got drunk on White Claw and someone had a baby. I'm aware of that. But despite looking like this, I somehow got a woman to marry me. I got married a few months ago. And so far, so good. I kind of wish that I clarified some things first. But so far, I mean, the vows, I love the vows. I love in sickness and in health. Like, I will obviously hold your hair back while you're vows mimosas. Probably shouldn't have drank at 23, but no judge. I love the vows in richness and poorness. I'm gonna play that poor card for the bulk of our relationship. And then it takes like a dark turn, and it's just till death does us part. Like, till death. That is a massive and suffocating amount of time. It's literally all of the time you have. And I'm not even thinking about me. Like, I drink a lot, so she's got a long road. She did not think this through. But we also didn't clarify that, because is it like death, or is it like Jon Snow death? So, I mean, we got some fans here, but if you didn't watch the show, Jon Snow pledged his life to the Night's Watch. He joined the Night's Watch. He pissed off a lot of people, got stabbed, died. A crazy witch brought him back, but because he died, he did his oath, and he was able to go on and make a mediocre season 8. So, I'm wondering if I can do that. Like, can I just beat the shit out of myself with food and booze for the next 10 years, and then it'll catch up with me. I'll have a heart attack. I'll be in the back of an ambulance. My wife will be crying. The EMTs will be freaking out. The young one's vomiting in the corner because I'm so fucking disgusted with my bloated corpse. The old one grabs the defibrillator, and he's like, "We're not losing another one, Chuck." And he grabs it. He's like, "Come here." And I'm dead. I'm dead as shit. I'm just laying there flatlining. Like, beep. And then I come back. My wife is overjoyed, and I can just turn to her and be like, "My watch has ended." But I'm gonna keep the credit card. But we almost didn't get married. We had a small incident early in our relationship. We were moving in together. Backstory here, I am a veteran, and despite what I just said, I make an effort to not say that every 5 minutes because I don't want to be like a shitty stereotype. So when I met the woman that would become my wife, that didn't come up right away. So when it did come up, she was fascinated, and she started doing a bunch of research, like I'm a fucking science experiment. So she's like looking up all this stuff about veterans, and apparently she came across an article about guys in Iraq and Afghanistan bringing home body parts and getting in trouble. I didn't know that, but she found that, and it planted a little seed in her brain that would blossom later. So, meanwhile, I'm working in film and TV for a living. I've been doing that for a while, so I do for a living. And working in TV and film, sometimes you steal shit. It's just a fact of life. If you're working on some rinky-dink indie bullshit and they can't pay your overtime, you're gonna put some props in your car. So I was working on, I don't even remember the name, it was like Babysitter Butchery 3 or something. And I found out that our check was gonna be late or whatever, so I took this really cool prosthetic severed arm and I put it in my car. And I know it's really realistic because the night I stole it, I went back to the house I was living at the time, and I put my real arm in my shirt, and I put the fake arm in my sleeve, and I went up to my roommate. And he was this big, burly, badass dude with a big beard, sleeves, tattoos. And I went to say hi to him, and he went to say hi to me, and he shook my hand, and my arm fell out, and he screamed like a bitch. So, I know, it's super cool. So, smash cut 2, me and this woman are getting ready to move in together, we're taking this big step. And she's texting me, we're going to move in together on like the weekend, and it's like Wednesday or whatever. And she's texting me pictures of all our boxes, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited for the weekend." And I'm texting her pictures of my boxes, and I'm like, "Me too, oh my god, smiley face." And then I get a text that's like, "Hey, is that a big rack of ham?" And I look at the photo that I sent her, and it was the arm draped over a box. And so I responded with, "LOL, no, that's an arm." I didn't didn't know that I needed to specify that it wasn't like human flesh. But apparently I did. But I didn't get a text back right away, and then when I did finally get a text back, it was just the letter K. And yeah, we all know that's international text speak for go fuck yourself. So then after subsequent texts, I could tell the mood was going down, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought she was good with some evidence. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna call her and see what's going on. Call her up, she answers the phone, immediately there's a vibe, or an atmosphere. And she goes right into it, and she's like, why do you have that? And she's talking about a severed human limb. I'm talking about like a super cool movie prop. So I'm like, because it's fucking awesome. Why wouldn't it have that? And then there was an audible sigh on the other end. So I'm like, all right, I gotta do some damage control. So I'm like, look, it's not an everyday decoration. Like, we'll just bring it out for Halloween. Which she said, why would you bring that out for Halloween? So now I'm like, okay, this clearly sounds like a conversation we'll have in October. Do some more damage control. Like, look, if it's too gnarly for you, we don't have to bring it out for Halloween at all. We'll just leave it in the box. And she's like, I don't want that thing in my house. And then I have red flags flying because I'm thinking like I just got seduced into living with this like closet Mormon who hates Halloween or something. I fucking love Halloween, so I will not stand for this. So I called her out and I was like, look, did something change between the last time I talked to you? I've been really prudish about this. And she got really serious and she said, just tell me honestly how you got that thing. And I think she expected like an epic story to justify it, like, oh, it was the Battle of Fallujah, and I promised my boy I'd bring him home, but this is all I could bring, or something like that. But I couldn't say that, because that's not true, so I just said, I don't know, fucking Sharknado 7 wouldn't pay my overtime, so I stole their shit. I don't know what to tell you. And then there was an audible sigh, but it was a sigh of relief. And she was like, oh, it's a movie prop. And then it hit me like what she thought it was. And at first I thought it was really funny, but then I was thinking about it and I got kind of pissed. Because like, what kind of a fucking ghoul would I have to be? And like, do I look like I know the logistics of human limb trafficking? I don't think I do. So like, I would have had to smuggle that thing back to my rack, kept it with me, when I got out of the Marines, bring it to college like it's a fucked up teddy bear. And then put it in my car, drive it to Los Angeles, and all my roommates are just cool with this. I'm the fucking Grim Reaper's protege or something. Like, oh, it's a work project, bro, don't worry about it. And we got it in the fridge, people are coming over like, hey, you got anything to drink? I'm like, yeah, check the fridge. There's Coors, there's Corona, you can nibble on Osama bin Laden's fucking arm. So obviously that's crazy. But, happy ending, because we got over this hump, and we eventually got married. And now I can just gaslight the shit out of her. If she's ever like, hey, I thought I asked you to do the dishes, I can be like, yeah, you also thought I had a human fucking box. And that is some shit she will have to deal with until death does us part. Thank you very much, everybody.